All right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Drivers, start your engines!
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Remember what I told all my drivers? Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time! Drivers, start your engines!
And gentlemen, start your engine!
And welcome back to another episode of the Green White Checkered podcast. I am Andrew, joined with Joe and Zach. Austin is on dog watch. So, I still have audio going somewhere else, so that's got to stop. But welcome back to another episode. We're covering Michigan this week, and you know what that means. It's Daytona week, especially on iRacing. So hopefully you're watching this and not losing iRating and getting demoted. I don't know. I kind of want to get on some iRacing and do some Daytona. It's the only week I like anymore.
Yeah. And you only like it for the first 2 or 3 races until you die, and then you hate it.
Michigan's fun too on iRacing.
I know. I was really thinking about getting into some Michigan, and then I was like, oh man, I got to get going for Daytona, and I'm just not set up for it. So it probably won't happen. I did get an email today from iRacing saying that my renewal in November is not on auto subscribe or whatever. So yeah, I haven't touched it since Daytona 24, I think. Maybe Daytona 500 week, but
I've done some like road racing here and there.
Nice. Yeah, I know you got into the was it IMSA for a while?
No, it's them little I don't know, super Formula Lights. I was doing those for a little bit. They're pretty fun.
Horsepower, open wheels. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like a Formula 4, maybe a little faster. I'm not sure, but sort of that.
Nice. So we got a lot to talk about this week. So before we get started, make sure to like, follow, subscribe. Give us that thumbs up on YouTube. Yeah. So let's get it. Tyler Reddick wins at Michigan on Monday because we were rained out on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Not only is he winning on Monday, but he is also now our regular season points leader. So let's talk about how all this happened. So Sunday we start the race. Bubba, Tyler, Hamlin, Larson, all fast, right? It seemed like it was going to be those 4 guys. Denny Hamlin decided he was going to take himself out of the equation and just self-spin, trying to go for the lead on Bubba. And brings out the caution, loses Bubba some stage points because everybody pit with, what was it, 6 to go on stage.
Yeah.
Stage ends. Who got it? I think Willie B got it. I could be wrong on that, but the rain hits. And that brings us to Monday. Who actually watched the race? Because I was working. I was listening to MRN sporadically.
I watched majority of it. And it was I thought it was pretty good race. And obviously we had the 2 big wrecks with best driver in the world, Kyle Larson, kind of taking out a bunch of people there, and then the LaJoie flip, which is still insane to me how that flip happened.
I thought I was going to have the major talking point on this, and then it sounds like everybody else pretty much said the same thing. They had 30 miles an hour wind, and that car got turned sideways, probably a big gust of wind caught it. So your 170 miles an hour quickly turns into 200, and over she goes.
Yeah, that was crazy.
These cars can't go sideways at 170 miles an hour, 200 miles an hour
with a 30 mile an hour wind, so it's 200. Yeah. I mean, okay. The Xfinity car went over on Saturday. Kyle said,
but that had the roof flaps didn't deploy on that one.
Really?
That's right.
From what I saw, yes. I mean, I could be wrong.
LaJoie's all his roof hood, all the flaps went up on his. So that's just take that freaking undercarriage out. We don't need it.
I mean, you can blame the wind if you want.
To do with it.
I don't know if that would have helped here.
The undercarriage has things on the bottom of it that deploy when they get turned around too.
It's a giant fucking sail. What are you talking about? There's only one moving component on the
they have flaps underneath it. They've literally talked about it before.
There's one moving flap on it on the very back, but it didn't even get to the back. it spun around and got like, all but around.
How many times have we seen a car flip at 200 miles an hour? Quite a few times.
I'm not saying a car's never flipped before. This is a blowover.
It has nothing to.
A blowover is completely different than a normal flip. Yeah,
Harrison Burton doing under 200. No, it wasn't.
In this car, he got in the same position and it went up.
Yeah,
it's the
at a lot slower of a speed, and then they fixed stuff. I'm just telling you, with the wind. Yeah, it was. It's at Daytona. They're doing like 175.
No, they're not. They're doing like 180.
Okay. Without a 30-mile-an-hour wind up against them.
Yes, and what common component do both cars have? The underbody.
Okay, I've seen how many cars spin out in the last 3 years, and those are the two that we can talk about.
Okay, I'm just saying it's a thing. The underbody is a thing.
The underbody had nothing to do with it.
Okay, let me see your engineering degree then, Andrew.
Okay.
Service. What happens when you take a sailboat out? Why does the sailboat work?
Because it catches the wind.
Exactly. Why does it catch the wind?
How does a hard body catch the wind?
What do you mean how's a hard? It's a flat surface. Put your hand out in a window and see what happens. The wind will not
flat. The sailboat is curved.
Whatever. Jesus Christ, you're an idiot. The flat bottom definitely has something to do with it. When's the last time we saw a
it's going to be
blowover?
It would act more like a wing, not a sailboat.
What? And what does a wing do?
Creates lift.
And flies. There you go. Thank you.
Correct. But I'm saying the underbody had nothing to do with it.
You can't say it didn't have nothing to do with it. It had something to do with it.
Okay, but even if it didn't have the underbody, you're still going to pack air and just create the same effect.
Yes, but the undersurface
it's going to be the same effect.
Is a lot. I forget what the word I saw, but it was a really great way to describe it. Wish I could remember what the hell it was. But it's not a smooth, flat surface like an underbody from a diffuser is. It's all rough, and the air can escape, and it can get lost. Like the whole point of a diffuser is to trap air and to suck it into the ground. So it's not going to let air escape as it's blowing on it because it's designed to do the opposite of that.
Well, show me your engineering degree, and I'll say you're right.
It's how air works.
Not how air works.
It's 100% how air works. Then why didn't we have a blowover in the Gen 6 era or the Gen 5 era or the COT?
We have.
Or, I mean, not COT, the Gen 4. A true blowover.
Not like the that. COT. Yeah, we never had any blowovers.
Actually, we did with COT. And guess
what?
Had
a shit ton of.
The wing did the same thing the diffuser did. It creates lift.
Well, I mean, it also does the
you run it backwards.
Opposite.
It
creates because lift. It's like this. It's going to create lift.
Exactly. So that had something to do with it, didn't it?
How did the air get underneath the car?
Because there's a gap there. Because the car is designed to go forward, so you turn it around and it goes
underbody
sideways.
Had nothing to do with it.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, so we saw LaJoy flip, pretty spectacular blowover. We saw Kyle Sieg on Saturday flip, not because of the underbody. Apparently because Zach has not yet proved that the roof flaps did not deploy on Kyle Sieg's car. But
Jesus Christ.
And I don't even know where to go from here. But how about this? We had 3 tires fail on the same lap, but not for the same reason. I don't really know what to say. You had Dinger, who was it? Todd Gilliland and Joey Logano all have right rears go flat on the same lap. I don't know. It was low tire pressures, maybe. Logano said they had literally no rubber on the tire. Like it just delaminated itself.
Interesting.
Yeah. But Todd's was a puncture. And then I never heard what Dinger's was. So just
Kyle Sieg's roof flaps did not deploy. I'm watching the replay right now.
Really?
Yep.
Crazy. I wonder what, if anything, NASCAR found on that. Because that's a home-built car.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
RSS.
He could have had a little help because who was that? Who's the 80? The 81? I can't tell because they do the numbers weird. Whoever's spinning with the 81. Who is that? That's not Creed. That's
Chandler.
Yeah, he's kind of like in his driver's side wheel as he's spinning around, kind of like at his rear bumper. So I don't know if Chandler's car is kind of getting underneath a little bit, just
kind
sort of
pushing
helping it. Yeah,
creating that lift on the side.
but the
which
roof
is how we
flaps
usually
definitely
see
don't.
cars go over. But
The hood flaps go up, but the roof flaps do not.
But yeah, and then I can't remember, was the LaJoy one before or after the Kyle Larson spin?
I think that was after. That's sort of later in the race, I believe.
Okay. Well, we saw Kyle Larson spin out of turn 4, collecting 7 other cars, including Chris Buescher, who is on the bubble, Bubba Wallace, who's on the bubble, and I don't know, Joey Logano, I don't really care about. A couple other guys. Todd Gilliland was caught up in it. But
Bell, I was mad about that.
I just find it funny that on Sunday, when Hamlin just loses it by himself out of turn 4, he's the worst driver, he's a hack, blah blah blah. But
and Larson does the same shit.
Larson does the same thing.
He could. Kyle, I can beat Max Verstappen. Larson does the same thing.
Yeah,
and nobody laughs about it. Nobody makes it like, what the fuck? I hate the fan.
And he took out a bunch of other people, but yeah,
right. They just spun by himself, and everybody's like, ah, ha, ha. And then Kyle Larson. It's so funny they did it the exact same race.
Kyle Busch, good showing, Zach. At least you had that root for. I forgot to mention Christopher Bell was caught up in the Larson wreck.
Yeah, I was super excited because Kyle Busch won second stage, and they kept him out, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna be on old tires. This is a bad mistake. But had he taken tires, he would have been back there and likely caught up in it. Yeah, especially with the way his year's going, he would have been caught up in it. So, ultimately a good call.
I saw Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin both went down pit road. I was like, whew, thank God they were all the way back there.
Dude, I was worried somebody was gonna hit the divider wall for pit road.
Oh yeah.
Like it looked like it kind of sketchy.
Somebody went through the grass. I don't remember who it was, but I mean they could have easily done it.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been good.
I mean, it was a blocked track for a while. I know Todd. I'd have to watch the replay closer, but it looked like he got right reared almost head on into the wall. Like it was a hard hit.
Yeah.
But yeah, world's greatest driver just losing it by himself.
Allegedly.
Tough.
Which we're going to talk about a little bit later on the kill count. I don't know. This seems like a common occurrence to me. Just Larson driving in over his head.
I mean, I wouldn't have a hyper focus on it if it wasn't for everybody just like always talking about how great.
See, and that's why I think I notice it, because that's all you hear about.
Right. Oh, he's the best ever.
And then once he makes a mistake and wrecks somebody or, races somebody really hard and puts them in the wall or something like that, it's just crickets and nobody ever remembers it. But as soon as Hamlin even gets close to some guy, oh, it's the end of the world. No. Which, yeah. Yeah.
Like, do you know why Hamlin and Larson run into each other a lot on the racetrack? It's because them two
they're both fast.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
They're fast and they both race exactly the same. So it's so funny to like see people get all worked up about Denny and how he races and then be Larson fans. Like, are you serious? Larson uses guys up all the time the exact same way. Where was it? Iowa, where he got put in the back and he had to come through the field. He was using guys up left and right.
Was it Suarez? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
puts it 3 wide and Suarez gets into him. And
it's like putting it 3 wide. It's doing that thing where you like take their line and push them off the track and like make them choose to hit the wall or lift. Like the thing that Denny did at Pocono that everybody said was so bad. Larson does that all day. Like, and he does it in dirt stuff too. I've been watching him in like high limit. He does the same thing. So it's just like, I don't know. That's what makes me mad more than anything. People's just hypocrisy about it. The people piss me off more than anything.
Yeah. Well, and I posted in our Discord that this is a NASCAR reporter. So to recap, Kyle Larson gets loose in turn 4. Bubba Wallace T-bones him and triggers a multi-car wreck. Did not happen that way. I'm so over these fucking just hack of reporters. We had another one on Saturday. Was it Saturday? It was Friday or Saturday, talking to Joe.
Whatever they're doing media day.
Yeah. Basically asking him, if Austin Dillon is such a bad driver that you say, how did he wreck 2 people intentionally?
he was getting at Denny and Joey. He got them both. There's a clip where Denny was.
I didn't see the Denny one.
Oh, the Denny one's almost worse because it's like in front of a bunch of people. Like it's like when Denny's like up taking questions like on a podium. Like I don't know, maybe it was after he got pole or something. After they awarded him pole for qualifying, maybe he was doing an interview. Like it looked like one of those kind of things. Like he was at like he was up in front of reporters, and this guy's asking him just like you could tell he wanted them to say that like Dylan didn't do it on purpose. I'm convinced he was an RCR plant. I think RCR got him in there and was trying to get a soundbite of Denny and Joey saying that it could have been an accident. It could have been unintentional, so they could use that in their appeal. That's that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
because like it was just such a bad,
so cringe.
Like it's one thing to be adamant about Austin Dillon not doing it intentionally, but the way he was like arguing with Denny and Joey, who both have seen the data and understand the data and understand how the racing line works and all that stuff
and understand racing period, like
right, like they're the experts, you know, they're both very, very talented as well, so they know their shit. You can say what you want about their driving ethics, but they're very well knowledgeable in the subject matter, I would say.
Okay, so Denny, he replied to the Gluck tweet that was talking about the Joey interview. He said, "Never seen a media member continuing to dispute data and what every professional driver said happened. Bizarre."
Yeah, it was so weird.
And then I think he doubled down and like quote tweeted the Denny thing. Let me see if I can find it. And was like, "Yo," he said, "Not disputing data. I think the 22 is intentional. I'm disputing the ability of a driver to hear, process, and act to wipe out two of the best drivers in the sport within 350 feet while driving 105. Like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Play iRacing and you'll figure out how the worst drivers in the world can wreck anybody.
Yes.
I just can't believe that these people are getting media credentials when we're getting denied, and I don't know. I think we're pretty level-headed. We're not one-sided when it comes to things. Like, we'll call it how we see it. And I think we have basic knowledge on how a fucking race car works, how a racing line works.
Yep.
What the hell are these guys like? The first guy's just race baiting, trying to get any freaking, attention. And then this guy's just an idiot for RCR, apparently. I don't know.
Like, this guy's like acting like, how could he do it in like 2 seconds? Like 2 seconds on a racing lap is like an eternity. Like when you're in race mode, even again, iRacing, I'm not suggesting that it's anything close to realistic, but even then it's like you can process things very quickly when you're locked in and in the moment and in that sort of racing scenario. So yes, Austin Dillon can make that decision that quick.
Yeah.
To wreck Denny Hamlin.
Also got his spotter in his ear yelling, "Wreck him." So he's got
that. I will have to say, I doubt he even heard that, honestly.
No, I didn't hear that yet.
I don't think Austin Dillon said, "All right, I'm gonna right hook Denny Hamlin." I think he heard low and he's just fucking sending it low. And
I have to win. I'm doing whatever I want.
Yeah. Like
let's finish Michigan here and then we'll get on to the news.
Yeah.
So we had another green white checkered, and this comes from Martin Truex, kind of getting loose, tapping the wall with the rear end.
I mean, he got decently loose.
I mean, he was decently loose, but by the time they threw the caution, he's straight and going.
Right.
Should it have been a caution?
Absolutely not.
No.
Not by that point. Like I would get it if they would have thrown it while he's sideways.
Sure.
Okay. But like he was already rolling. Like at least from the replay I saw, he was already rolling and picking speed back up when they threw the caution.
Yeah. They were showing him live and he was almost at the start and finish line going. I mean, he's gaining speed, so
yeah,
he wasn't worried about it. He's not throwing debris down.
Didn't Cindric have a very similar thing like that? And they just like, all right, boys.
He didn't get quite as sideways as Truex, I don't think, but it was a very similar wreck, or wall hit. I wouldn't call it a wreck.
Yeah, wall hit.
Yeah, well, it's just wild to me. Like so we call a caution for that, but then rewind to Indy, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, whenever that was, and Ryan Preece is sitting on the apron, and we wait and wait and wait and wait and don't call it. Like, it's just ridiculous. And I mean, don't want to get tinfoil hat and say it's all Hendrick manipulation. I don't know. It's fun to talk about. I mean, Hendrick was running second, and William Byron did get the lead on that restart too.
Yep.
And they almost blew that. So, and then when they didn't call the caution, Hendrick was leading at Indy. So I don't know. It's just it's fun to think about. I guess I don't have any proof, but at best, it's incompetence. I don't understand how we can be so inconsistent.
They're consistent at being inconsistent. It's
consistent in helping
so
Hendrick.
frustrating.
It's like sometimes you just
yeah.
feel like they want to throw it, probably the more rational mindset instead of just saying Hendrick favoritism is it's like sometimes they just feel like they need to make the race exciting. So
yeah,
this race
is the
didn't
Green
need
White
it though.
right.
They don't know that. They see, oh boy, the leaders check. I mean, Reddick have what, like a 2-second lead at some point?
Yeah.
It
was like 2.5 somewhere.
They're sweating when they see that. They're like, oh boy, big lead. We don't want that. These guys have to be nose to tail when they cross the line. So
yeah.
If they have any excuse to throw a caution within the last 5 laps, they'll take it.
And maybe they don't favor Hendrick, but they favor good storylines. So like at Indy, when they don't throw the caution, you have Kyle Larson about to win the Brickyard 400. He tried to do the Indianapolis 500. Like it's a great storyline. So we don't want to ruin that with a Green White Checkered. So I don't know. I just feel like they don't officiate based off of like any sort of sport integrity.
All about the storyline.
Yes, it's all about entertainment and storylines and chaos and bullshit.
We're in the entertainment business.
Unfortunately.
Right. It's like if a ref in football would, I don't know, not call holding just because he thought the play that resulted is a better story because of the holding. Like it's just
happens.
Yeah,
I don't watch
that happens more than you think.
That's really good. I know that's a really good analogy because I don't watch a lot of sports ball, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, that happens way more than you think it does. And it's frustrating.
So the Green White Checkered comes out, and on the restart, Willie B gets the lead from Reddick, but then on the backstretch, one of the guys racing for points, Ross Chastain, gets spun out.
Tough.
This changes everything for the points because obviously you had Bubba Wallace out of the race. Chastain was running top 10 at that point. Buescher was like 20th or something, 25th. So Ross Chastain's looking pretty good on points until this happens. And then he brings out that caution. We get another Green White Checkered where Tyler Reddick gets the lead, goes on to win. And Buescher finishes, 5th, 6th, somewhere in there. And Chastain's down in the 20s. So you get a complete swing in momentum here where now you have, Buescher's plus 16. Ross is plus 1 on Bubba Wallace. So, I mean, Ty Gibbs had a pretty good day. I think Brad K might have cost him the win, honestly, but he's plus 39 now.
Even if he could have done something with Byron there, I wonder if he had something for Reddick because it looked like he was pretty quick, but he just couldn't get by Byron.
Yeah, well,
that last restart.
If you watch the first restart where Brad has the big issue down the backstretch, he kind of blocks Ty Gibbs up into the wall, so he can't pass him there. And then the second restarts where they had the big checkup in going into turn 1 because of Brad's apparently had an ignition issue. But yeah, I don't know. Ty Gibbs was fast. He had a chance, I thought, but not today. Want to talk about the regular season championship or hit the Xfinity race?
Yeah, because I don't know why nobody's fucking talking about it. That battle is amazing, and we don't talk about it because we get all focused on the cut line of the playoffs. Like, you got 4 guys that are just constantly going at it for this championship, and you had 2 of them have bad days. Kyle Larson, who was the leader, who I don't remember how many points he came in leading, but he dropped to like minus 32. 5-point lead, lost 32, or is now down 32.
Lost 37.
Yeah. He had a bad points day. And he had a bad points day a couple weeks ago. When was that? It wasn't, I guess a couple weeks ago just would have been off week. When the hell was that? Was it Richmond? Did you have bad points?
Was it Richmond? I think it was Richmond.
I don't know. Maybe. I can't remember. I know he had another.
Denny Hamlin caught up to him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because Denny Hamlin made up a lot of ground because Denny was like 50 back. Or something like that. Maybe not that far, but he was a decent chunk back, and then Denny caught up. And it's just like it's so exciting. They're all switching around. Now all of a sudden Larson's 4th, and then Reddick's leading it with 10 points over Chase, and Denny's still kind of there. I think.
Yeah, Denny was 43 back and then went to 21 back after Richmond.
Yeah, I mean they're all 4 still in it. Like it's crazy, but we're not talking about it because playoff cut line and blah 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 bullshit.
Yeah, It's
And the playoffs, please.
they need to start focusing on it because
this could be the championship. Really,
Yeah,
you
it
want to talk
could be.
about Phoenix? Like we know how important those playoffs are. 15 or playoff points are 15 playoff points to whoever gets this.
Yeah,
could be enough to propel you to Phoenix.
Kyle Larson gets it, and he goes to 43 playoff points.
He's in.
Christopher Bell's got 25. Or if Tyler Reddick wins it, he goes from 13 to 28. Or
Chase goes from 6 to 21. That's huge.
Yeah. Like, that's huge for all these guys because it closes the whole playoff race back up. Oh, God, we lost Zach.
Uh-oh.
But,
well, yeah, I agree. They need to talk. I feel like they mentioned it like once at the beginning. Oh, the regular season leaders. And then they're like, cut line. Like, okay, like, we get it. The cut line.
Like, this is better than the bubble, in my opinion.
I agree. 100%. Is there? Oh, we got Zach back. There he is. Hello.
Like closed out the wrong tab.
Exit it out. Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah. But yeah, what were we saying about that?
I think that the regular season championship's more interesting than the bubble right now.
Oh, it's hugely because let's be honest, somebody who's on the bubble right now to get in is likely not going to be in the championship.
Right.
Like because they're so far behind on playoff points and all that stuff. You know, coming in as the bottom seed to the playoffs, you're not gonna have so it's just irrelevant. Like it's just who cares really. But I mean, yeah, you look at I'm looking at the playoff score now. So yeah, you got Kyle, Bell, and Hamlin, who are all kind of right there. Byron, you know, he's at 16, but you know, Hamlin, Bell, and Larson are all in the 20s. So Reddick, boom, he's right up there with Larson. Elliott, boom, he's right up there with that. He's right with Hamlin. You know, the only one I don't want to see, just because I don't want to see like a full blowout, is I don't want Larson to win it. Because then he's, like you said, he's got 40-some points, and he's just sailing to the round of 4.
Yep.
But any of the other guys, then it makes the whole playoffs really interesting for those top 4 or 5.
100%. So, I mean, that could be a huge difference. And I'm really hoping my boy Reddick wins it because that would be huge. I mean, you talk about Mr. Consistent. After, I don't know, probably the first 6 races, that team has been on a roll. Last year and beginning of this year was just mistake, stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're putting it all together. And, I mean, we've seen them finish runner-up how many times? It's just, I don't know. They're looking good. It's, honestly, in my mind right now, it's Bell, Reddick, Hamlin. I think that it could put it together in the playoffs right now. I don't think Larson can. Larson's making too many mistakes.
I'm worried about Bell making mistakes too. He's wildly inconsistent. I think I saw he has like the most like like I forget what the stat was, but like it was like something about like above 30th place finishes, it was comparing him to his own years. That's what it was, like number of 30 place finishes. And this year he has the highest 30th place finishes of any other year of his career. So he's a rocket. He's fast when he stays in it, but then like something dumb will happen, then he finishes 30th.
I don't know who. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to. No. I don't know who got that picture of the playoff points, but you cut off what the guys around the cut line have, and I'd be interested.
I grabbed it from NASCAR NBC's Twitter. Or are you talking about the actual points?
No, the playoff points. So where it shows like Bubba, Chastain, I'm just wondering how many playoff points those guys have, because it can't be a lot.
They might not have any. I mean, Kyle Busch has, as far as I know, like 2 or 3. I mean, I guess you can go to the NASCAR website, NASCAR standings.
It doesn't show it. I fucking hate that.
There should be a playoff one. Playoff picture.
It shows no points. Oh, no. That's how many to the cut line. It's so dumb.
What the hell? Last year they had it. They had a playoff points section. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool, I guess. Anyway.
Well, and then the best part is if you look at the regular season, it's not in order at any point. It's like all the win guys are down. You know, you got Cindric in 19th. He's got to win. He's in. But Yeah, no, this is going to be really interesting.
Oh, yeah. So what you're looking at there is you're looking at the regular season. That's just like the regular standings.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You have
But
to
then
click
if you go to-
playoff picture to
But that
actually
doesn't
see their.
show anything.
Well, I'm just saying to show like their ranking in the playoff.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't give you playoff points. You're right. It should give you that, but there you see Cindric in 9th.
Yeah. But yeah,
two different standings. It's not confusing at all. NASCAR.
You just have one, and it would be a lot easier, and not do this playoff BS.
Can you imagine like a full championship battle with what Larson and Hamlin and Reddick and
4 cars in it?
Still, dude, would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So great, yeah.
But no playoffs.
Well, we can't have nice things.
Nope.
Gibbs safe at plus 39.
I mean, I think Truex is good, but I mean, if Gibbs wrecks out early in both, he's got to get playoff points, or he's got to get stage points.
I think he just needs to finish.
I think Daytona you finish, and then Darlington you just
ride around your race.
Yeah.
Like Truex and Gibbs, like if anything, I'm trying to get stage points maybe, but then after that, I'm just checking out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think the stages usually get too wild.
Truex
especially,
is safe.
Yeah, Truex is fine as long as he doesn't wreck. All he's got to do is just because I think you only need 60 points to lock in, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Because I think that's the most. That's the most points somebody can gain on you.
A win is 40, and then 10 each for stages. I think. We'll check.
I believe so.
Yeah.
So,
but that's if you. I don't know. You'd have to finish dead last to not get any points though, because you're getting points if you finish 15.
Right.
You know?
Well, so that's what I'm saying. Like, so as long as he has more than 60 points, I think he'll be locked in after Daytona.
True about you get 40 for a win. So 40 for a win and 2 stage wins is 60. So yeah.
Yeah. So as long as he doesn't lose 17 points to the cut line at Daytona, I think he's locked in for Darlington.
Yeah. And even then, you have to have the worst race
ever. Yeah.
2 races in a row pretty much did not be in. Even for Ty Gibbs, it's just, I don't know. I think he's locked in unless if we have 2 winners.
Yeah.
I mean, if he, like, I mean, he could get knocked out. Like, if he, say, doesn't get aggressive and gets stage points, so gets no stage points, and then say gets wrecked out and finishes, I don't know, 30th or something like that at the end, depending on how it goes. He could lose decent ground if one of them other guys decide, Bubba's definitely good at Daytona. So if he gets up there, controls the race, gets stage points and all that, he can make up some ground. So I wouldn't be too conservative if I'm Ty. I would go for stage points. I would at least get some stage points and then just sort of cruise would be my strategy.
I think this is going to be one of the most boring Daytona races ever, though. You're going to have so much team orders. Like Chevy's going to push Chevys. I mean, you're going to see like the 48 probably getting pushed a lot. You're going to have Ty Gibbs getting pushed a lot. Truex getting pushed a lot. It's just going to be your team orders.
Bubba getting pushed a lot too. Did you say Bubba?
Well, it's just going to.
Yeah. All of it. Yeah.
The Ford, I mean, all of Penske's locked in. So, you got to figure that Ford's like, hey, we need you to support Buescher.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I agree. I hate that's probably like my biggest complaint about like modern racing, and it's something we've already opened. You can't go back, but like this whole manufacturer alliance bullshit, it pisses me off. It ruins super speedway racing.
Yep, need more drag on the cars so that the guys that aren't trying to do team orders can just pass them. But
agree.
I don't know what you need to, but that's another part of it. Like this car is really bad at fucking super speedways.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Xfinity race. Justin Allgaier wins. Strongest car. Talked about the Kyle Sieg flip. Stop running the super speedway package at tracks that aren't super speedways.
I didn't watch specifically because of that. I was like, fuck this. I'm not watching this.
Yeah,
dude. It was frustrating. Like, this is the best car we have, and you're ruining it and trying to make it this fucking. It's what the old car was. The low horsepower fucking.
Right. It didn't work for the Gen 6. Why is it going to work now?
Was it Zuzak, or I see a tweet that the theory this info had is they're doing that to make the cup
shared a tweet.
Faster. Yeah, that's what it was.
I shared a tweet in Discord. Yeah, I was just saying that they were theorizing that they made Xfinity run the super speedway engine package so it wasn't faster than the cup car because it could have been.
Hey, I wouldn't put that past NASCAR.
I mean, 100% would have been faster,
I
but
mean,
it would have put on a
gotta
great
know.
race.
You got to know it already chaps their ass that the Xfinity car is looked at as a superior car. Like everybody knows the Xfinity car is better than the Cup. It's just
absolutely. We need Gen 8 now.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
got
I'm
what,
worried.
Probably another 3 years of it.
I'm worried about Gen 8. I'm genuinely concerned because ever since the Gen 4, each car after has been a step down. So it's like I have no faith for them to actually do something good, especially with this. Like, are they going to push this sports car platform even further? Like, or are they going to pull back and say, no, we made a mistake? Well, I know NASCAR. They're not going to say, no, we made a mistake.
No, never make a mistake.
No, they won't.
They're just going to go
right.
further down this stupid sports car path, and it's just going to suck. So I guess just try to enjoy what you can while you can, because who knows where we're going.
So speaking of NASCAR making no mistakes, Austin Dillon has been removed from the playoffs. He keeps his win.
And Jeff Gordon's been added.
25 points removed for team and owners. How do you guys say? Oh, and Spotter suspended for 3
races. Yeah.
All good stuff.
All good stuff.
I would have taken the win away too, but all good stuff.
I'm fine with
you.
I'm fine with,
you could not take that win away. Oh my God. The Denny Hamlin conspiracy theory.
I would do it.
Oh my God. Just all types of chaos. Like I said it last week. The only thing you could do was exactly what they did. It's take him out of the playoffs, let him keep the win.
I hope they take the win away when they appeal it.
Dude,
that would be hilarious. That won't happen, but
supposedly it's happening tomorrow. So
yeah, and Denny or Austin Dillon feels good about the outcome. I don't know what you're feeling.
I mean, you're not gonna say we don't feel great about it. Like you're gonna you're gonna say we feel pretty good about it. But
I hope after he loses, like I intentionally wrecked him. Just out and says it. Joey Logano, $50,000 fine for the pit road burnout in front of a baby.
Fair enough.
Can't do it in front of babies.
He said he's like,
I will say Joey's penalty is fair, but NASCAR also has a responsibility to keep people off a hot pit road.
Yes. Yep.
So I said last week Sam Mayer is going to take the 7 car. I am wrong. Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer to drive for the Haas factory team in 2025. Who saw that coming?
Not me. And Xfinity, to be clear, but yes.
Who are we speculating was going to get those rides? It was
Egan with their monster money, and then Riley Herbst.
Yeah.
Thank God those aren't in.
Well, Herbst is going to 2311.
Yeah, that's hopefully not, but I know that's the likely thing to happen.
Yep. Dinger full-time colleague cup car 2025.
That was shocking. I thought he would have just gone back to Xfinity. And
I mean, he wants to be in Cup. I'm surprised colleague has the money to put him in the Cup full time. That's the shock there. Like, I mean, Dinger, he wanted
they took
to
everybody's money this year. Like, look how bad they are in Xfinity. They're like, we're just going to put them in the shittiest rides, take their money, and next year we'll give some money to Dinger.
Maybe I don't know.
But
I don't know what it is, but yeah, I know he's probably happy. He definitely didn't want to not run Cup this year. So
yeah,
cool to see him back. Sucks it's going to be in colleague junk, but
yeah, they got to take a step forward.
The new Rick Ware racing,
so bad. Yeah, they are.
Well, they're still just 2 charters, right? And they're running that third car around them for okay.
Yep, they run it on special occasions.
Who's out then? I didn't even think about it. Who's out? Is that Hemrick out then?
No, he's in the 16. Oh yeah,
is he still confirmed for that?
I mean, Dinger's in the 16 now. They're putting Gralla in it, and then Gralla was also running the 15 car.
Did they run 2 full-time cars now, colleague?
The one car is kind of just a open.
Oh, okay.
Whatever the fuck we want.
SVG
we had a couple of people in it,
or not SVG, and Xfinity it is. Yeah,
got it.
Yeah, he's in the 97. Where was I? Clash, Bowman Gray, February 2nd. Bring your winter coats, boys and girls.
Gonna be chill.
Yeah. Well, in North Carolina, I'll tell you this: it'll either be a foot of snow, which hasn't snowed here in like 2 years, or it'll be 70 degrees.
NASCAR hasn't tried to race there in February, so
yeah.
The average temperature in Winston-Salem on February 2nd is 48 degrees for the high.
Sounds about right. It's gonna be chilly.
So-
And I did just confirm NASCAR like owns the Bowman Gray, so we could get pit passes because it's not an SMI track because they're very
They rent.
But like it's not
Yeah.
SMI, which is good for us to getting media passes.
Good luck.
So
Yeah, good luck.
Everybody's gonna want pit passes.
still probably won't, but at least we have a chance.
Try.
You won't have the SMI stuff blocking you, but you'll just have a popularity issue where everybody's, especially for the first year.
I think honestly,
Kansas.
I would want to try to go, but I think it's gonna be at North Wilkes the first year where tickets are gonna be just asinine and
It will be.
not even worth going unless I get media passes.
Yeah.
I think it'll be pretty good though. People were saying about the temperature, but then it's like I was listening to like Gluck talk, and they were making some good points. Like, I mean, there's football games in the dead of winter, and they sell out. So it's like,
yeah, and they'll be all those fans will have 10 beers deep and not know.
I don't think
not over there anyway.
I don't think that the cold will really be an issue. Like, if you want to go to
What's
that,
the
you're gonna
seating
go
there.
That's the other thing too. Like, it's not a whole lot of seating, so like,
no,
you're not trying to sell 100,000 seats. It's 20 or something like that.
Is it even that? It's probably like
I'm looking right now. It is
17.
Oh, it is 17.
Yeah,
not bad, but
so I mean, you're not trying to sell out a giant track, so I think they'll be all right.
Yeah,
I just please fix the short track package completely.
Oh, they're not doing that. It's good.
No, they won't. But it would be nice if they would.
Bring the Bristol tire for when it's cold out. It just shreds itself.
Seriously.
All right. Lee Diffie taking over at Daytona. So that'd be cool to have him in the booth. And in some sad news, dirt track, I don't know, I guess Hall of Famer Scott Bloomquist passed away. Yeah, legend. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep.
Passed away in a plane crash. I don't know.
So sad, man.
It's sad, but at the same time, he's also partially blind, flying his own plane without a plane license.
He's a fucking American badass. That's what you do. You see pictures of him from back in the day? That guy is just American badassery on display. I saw a picture. He's got like the hair blown in the wind. He's getting out of a dirt late model. Like it's just like God.
I saw one of John Force today too. It was like a black and white photo, and John Force looks like Gru from the Despicable Me's.
Yeah.
It's just like Jesus Christ.
Gosh. Yeah, but yeah, it's sad. Sad to see that. I was just starting to get into dirt racing and really starting to watch Scott. I watched him a few times and starting to get an appreciation for myself for his abilities and stuff like that. So definitely a huge loss in the racing world and very unfortunate. Quit fucking around with planes. That's all I can say. Jesus, tell Chase Elliott to stop doing it. I don't know how people mess around with planes. Fuck that.
I plan on it.
Like private planes, small planes. I don't know, man. You can like sneeze and shake them things around. I can't do it.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. It's a good time to me. I want to do it. Larson and Max,
his family.
Verstappen. I can't say his fucking name right now. That debate's back up. Verstappen. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'll say right here. I'm not. Larson fan, but I think
Larson said he could beat him. I don't know. People keep saying that, but I don't believe it. Like they say he's more diversified, and I don't understand how he's more diversified than Max Verstappen is. Explain it to me.
Runs an open wheel car that is programmed pretty much to go throttle in certain areas, brake in certain areas.
That's not all he's ever driven.
It's all open wheel cars.
They don't brake in certain areas. He knows that he has to drive it. It's not like it's not autonomous. He has to drive.
Programmed. They still.
What?
They have fuel mapping that is literally for where it goes. Like
what?
Yeah.
They don't have fuel mapping like that.
Yes,
they have they have fuel maps that they run for saving fuel or doing it. I don't even know how much they do that anymore.
No, I remember back in the day they used to fuck around and make them sing songs because of the fuel mapping. They still have that. They just will fuck up.
Yeah, but he still has to drive the car. I don't understand. He's still driving.
He turns left, right. Yeah.
But I mean, people are saying he's not as diversified as Larson, but how's Larson diversified? He just runs oval shit.
Yeah. I mean,
it's different cars, but
has he won at road courses?
discipline. I mean, yeah, but in a NASCAR field, I don't know.
I mean,
I'd like to see a little more from Larson in like
here's
like,
what we do.
Like, I don't know,
We
run
take-
like a
we take
GT3
both of
car in
them.
IMSA and see how he does or something like that.
We take both of them. We put them in the Indy car at Barber.
There you go. Well, then people are going to say Max has the advantage because it's open wheel. So I don't know. The
bet
funniest thing I
Max
saw
wrecked.
was like in an Indy car?
Indy car.
I don't think so. I think he got it figured out. He's pretty good. I think he'll be all right. I don't know. I saw people posting that Race of Champions thing where Carl Edwards beat Michael Schumacher in Fiat 500s. So maybe we make him do that. Something that they've never driven.
500s.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to find something that's like
obscure. Miatas. We'll put them both in Miatas.
There you go.
Daytona.
There you go.
Daytona road course, not the oval.
I'm interested to see what Max does later in his career because he's indicated that he doesn't want to run F1 for very long because they do, like everybody always says, F1 drivers should come drive for NASCAR or something like that, but they won't let them guys do nothing. Like, I mean, we know it. We see it all the time. Like, I want Christopher Bell to run a sprint car, but Joe Gibbs Racing won't fucking let him do it.
Yeah.
Them guys are into the same deal where you're not stepping out and doing anything outside of this while you're driving our car.
They're getting paid. They're making a bunch of money.
Right. They have huge investment.
Yeah.
So I get it. But I think Max has said he does want to get out and race other disciplines, and he wants to do it while he's still in his prime. Like, he doesn't want to be an old retired guy trying to race other stuff. He wants to do it while he's still young enough to be good at it. So we'll see. Maybe he retires from F1 in a couple years, and maybe Larson and him do see each other on the track one day. We'll find out.
I mean, Valentino Rossi retired from motorcycles, went and started racing a GT3. So
yeah,
I don't know. And he's doing pretty decent.
Well, it's just hard to like appreciate how good those F1 guys are. I mean, Fernando Alonso came over and did like IMSA and just won the Daytona 24 first shot out. Like, and he was lights out fast too. I remember that. He was hauling ass. So I don't know. Them guys are pretty good. As much as I want to tear F1 down, them guys are pretty good. So it would be interesting to see Larson and him actually go at something where they're like, it's neutral ground. Yeah, I would like to see that.
What would be the best thing though? I don't know. I still think like a Miata or something would be perfect.
Miata would be pretty good. Or you could do like a series of things.
A late model in there?
Ooh.
Somewhere?
Yes. Do like 3 different cars or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Couple different tracks. Different types of tracks. If you really want to find out. But I mean, it's an argument people can have, and it's all fun and all that. But
yeah. All right. That's it for Michigan. Anybody else got anything?
Nope.
Good here.
Okay.
We didn't talk about start times. That was a big topic. Everybody's talking about start times.
Oh boy.
We've talked about them so much. Like,
So I have a question. What is better? Because I don't think we're getting that whole race in Sunday. Maybe. I don't know what was coming after that race.
If they would have moved it up, it would have been shortened.
Denny was saying on his podcast is he thinks that if they moved it up like an hour or whatever, they'd have gotten some racing in, had to stop, and then that break where they started the race, they would have been able to cross over into halfway. And he thinks that last storm that actually shut us down for the day was it. So like if they would have drive the track, like one, we would have already been to halfway, but then if they drive the track after that, we probably had enough time in the day to finish it if we would have started at 1. I don't know. That's what Danny said. But assuming you can only get to halfway or something like that, what is better? Only like a half distance race on Sunday or getting the whole thing in on Monday?
I think it's better for the fans that are there to get something in because not everybody can stay till Monday. I don't know what the crowd was like at the track on Monday, but I mean, at Kansas, we had to leave early because it's a 6-hour drive home, 5-hour, something like that.
Yeah, I think they said like rough guess is like half the people showed up on Monday.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Brooklyn, Michigan. It is in the middle of nowhere. So I'm sure people can find hotels that, if they could stay, that they would. They they're driving at that point quite a bit distance to find one.
Well, and I wonder too, with these 1 day shows we do now and no like real weekend of it, how many people are just showing up day of?
Probably quite a few.
I don't think so.
Hotel rooms and stuff like that. How many people? I don't know. What do you think is like a drivable distance, like 6 hours or something like that? Within 6 hours, you could make a day trip out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
day, but
yeah, it's about an 8 hour from where I live to there, and I wouldn't do it. At 6 would probably be about it.
All right, so maybe call it maybe 4 or 5 hour drive to be the day and not have a hotel. So then,
I mean,
if
so you
are
gotta think
just making a day trip out of it, you wouldn't have a hotel.
I mean, besides for people in like around the track, probably within an hour, there's not too many big cities around there, but you got Detroit and Indy and maybe Chicago. And even Chicago's a drive. So I don't know. I think it's still better for the people that have paid for the ticket to have it on Sunday, even if it is a shortened race. And it's, I don't know, it's not better for the broadcast to have it on Monday at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. or whatever it was. Like, you can't tell me that viewership was even close to what they would have got if they would have just started the race at 1.
No, probably not.
So I don't know. I'm team 1 o'clock start times.
Me too.
I mean, we just got to realize that during summer around a large part of the country, the afternoon is
gonna be rainy.
That is prime time thunderstorm.
Or I think with Chicago, because they started Chicago at what, like 3 or 4? If they had started that at 1 o'clock, they probably get the whole thing in, because it didn't start raining until like stage 1 or whatever it was. So you're able to get more of these summer races in, because like you said, in the summer there are pop-up random storms that happen in the afternoon. So plus, like I said, we all grew up, some people, they go to church and then they get lunch, they come home and they got NASCAR right when they get home, and just to chill and do things. So
dude, I miss NASCAR being over at like 4 o'clock. Like, how nice is that?
Yeah.
Yep. Dude, I like the 11 o'clock start times. Well, I guess it was probably noon for you East Coasters, but 11 o'clock, turn it on, eat some lunch, and just.
Dude, I would love some like morning races. Like, that's one of the things I actually enjoy about F1 is when, like, you get up, you get a cup of coffee, and
get like an 8 o'clock start time.
Yeah,
for here,
dude,
and
I dig it.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's go to kill count. Kyle Larson has now worked his way up to second place after he collected 7 cars. He's got 17 for the season. He's behind his teammate, Alex Bowman, with 19. Larson could take it. Like, he's there. And Ricky Stenhouse gets 1 for spinning Ross Chastain. I didn't see anything else. Like, I looked.
Ricky spun Ross? I missed that.
Yeah. Yep. Let's go to kill or Survivor. Just take
Survivor. So Drake is on a hot streak. He just won his third race, his third week in
4 races.
Third race in 4 weeks.
Yep.
With Brad K, who got 5th. I finished second with Ricky, who finished 13th. And then who was it? Andrew with Cindric, who was 28th. He was definitely not having any speed after he hit that wall. And then Joe picked Christopher Bell, who finished 35th, thanks to Kyle Larson.
Love that.
So, Joseph, you're up first. Who you got?
Wait. Before we move on, can we talk about Joe's finishes?
I am not doing great the past few weeks.
So, all the way back to race 17, and Michigan was 24. These are his results. Last. Second to last. Oh, he had a good one there. Third. Second to last. Last. Like, oof.
Oh, man. They weren't all throwaway picks either, I don't think. So, what are you going to do?
I mean, Christopher Bell's not a throwaway.
He's
Hamlin's
certainly
not a throwaway. Yeah,
That's just the way of the road sometimes.
I should have told you not to pick Christopher Bell at Michigan.
Kyle
he's not
Larson.
too good there.
Dead last.
Whoops.
Ryan Blaney, second to last. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not throwaways.
Nope, not at all. But I will be going with Eric Jones for
Eric
Daytona.
Jones.
Good pick for Daytona.
Uh,
I put Ricky
You already-
Stenhouse last week. It's gonna be there.
did you already pick him, Joe? He's red.
He
on the
didn't-
thing.
Yeah, he marked it red. He didn't.
I
put it.
marked it red already.
God dang it.
He just didn't write it up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Eric Jones. All right. Who you got? You sticking with your
Stenhouse.
picks from
Yep.
last week?
Yep, not
All
changing it. Reddick next
Stenhouse
week.
for you. I'm gonna take Just Haley. I think he'll do all right. And then Drake is taking Noah Gregson.
Yeah, it's Daytona. Anything can happen.
Daytona.
Did you see
who knows?
Ooh, my camera's just moving by itself. Hell yeah. We getting a surprise winner?
I don't think so because of what you were saying about like team orders being such a thing. Like I feel like manufacturers are going to be backing their guy to get locked in. Like I think any surprise winner. Like I was thinking about picking Austin Dillon, but I think Austin Dillon gets shuffled out.
Yeah, they're not.
You don't
yeah,
think
they're
Team
not
Chevy?
No,
pushes
well,
them. They got Ross and Kyle to get in.
I think
support
they'd
them
focus
more.
they'd focus on Ross first, Kyle second, probably. And also Austin Dillon did not make friends last week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So some people may not be, not just Denny and Joey, but others might not be,
Because if we remember, like Reddick ran in the back of him after start finish line after all that too. So
Uh-huh.
Reddick ain't
So I
happy with
think- I think just people are annoyed and maybe not wanting to jump out and help him.
No way.
me.
All right. Seed.
Unless they
We
all
don't
wreck.
have
I guess
a-
that's the flip side of it, right? They could all be doing this.
I mean, that's how
team
he
order
won his
bullshit.
other Daytona.
Yeah, they could all be doing team order bullshit, and then they all wreck out. And then who knows?
Yeah. I'm hoping Todd Gilliland steals it. Just throwing it out there.
There you go.
He's been running well. I mean, he's top 20 in points. Let's
Dude,
get him.
Zane Smith and Carson Hocevar have been running. They both got top 10s yesterday. Yes.
Carson got 10th. I don't know where Zane finished. I think
it was
he did
6th
beat
or
him. I
7th.
think. Yeah, I was about to say he was. They're
was up there.
Suddenly, LaJoy's getting worse, and those two are
Right.
moving on
LaJoy
up.
finished upside down, and them two get like top 10s. I don't know, man.
LaJoy's going to wreck every race car he can for the rest of the season. I'm calling it now.
I don't think he
Start
wanted to
putting
wreck
in
it
the
that
wall.
way.
That was
think
such a
was
weird
surprised
wreck
too.
too. Like
Yeah, it was
I don't
just-
know.
he just
Tried to
lost it.
side draft and
Well, he like ran into him.
yeah. Well,
He's like
I have a
trying
theory
too
on
hard.
that. I think he was trying to wreck him.
Well, I mean, they said on the radio or something that there was some gamesmanship going on between them two, and I watched like an extended onboard with LaJoy, and there was a corner, I think it was coming out at 2 one time where Gregson chopped the shit out of him.
Yeah.
So
Well, the lap before, LaJoy ran up on Gregson and like punted him on the back stretch,
mhm.
and then the next lap, he gets into his left rear, and I don't know if Gregson was like planning for it and maybe just like turned down a little bit. I don't know, but LaJoy went flying.
Yeah,
All right, Daytona. I'm excited.
Daytona.
Milwaukee Mile for the trucks. They're back.
Fucking rain in the forecast all week for Daytona. So
That does not surprise me.
Well, yeah, I
What?
would have bet money on that.
upshot is it is Florida. So
You never know. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. Daytona.
I bet the forecast already changed. But it'll change a million
It's just
times
gonna be
more.
more rain.
Yeah,
It seems like the percentages haven't really changed. It's like the timing of it is what's shifting around. Like
Right.
it seems like the percentage chance of rain is staying somewhat consistent. Just when is the question. Right now, Friday is looking kind of shitty during the day, but then around 8 o'clock, it goes down to like 16%, 20% at around 11. So that's not too bad. You might get your Xfinity race in. Saturday, this is all per Google. I'm not really looking on
Yeah.
the Weather Channel or anything, so who knows? But Saturday, kind of shitty up until about 8, and then it drops down to 24%. So We'll see. I mean, when I say shitty, it's like 40%. So still not guaranteed rain, but enough to be like, well, NASCAR's in town. That means 40% is 100% when NASCAR's around.
SVG's racing the cup race.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I feel like he did decent at Daytona, didn't he?
Did he? Did he do the 500?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I
think he did okay.
I don't remember.
I know he was up, like he was pushing some guys for a while and looked decent. Maybe I want to say he might have got a penalty at them, but no, he's going to run again at Daytona.
No practice because Super Speedway, so that's fun.
Yeah. I don't know. Milwaukee Mile, trucks. It's usually a good show. Be good to see the trucks back. It's a Sunday race also. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Sunday day race.
I think there's something else on Saturday too. I can't remember now. I don't know. I thought there was something racing on Saturday. I could be wrong.
They're track. They race every day.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, I'm ready to get to bed here, boys. So,
Me too.
You got anything else?
9.
Nope.
All right. Well, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, give us a rating on Spotify. Peace
and
out.
Twitter and everything. Peace out.
Yeah, all those things.
Bye.
Love you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Green White Checkered podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. For more from the boys and the podcast, be sure to follow us on Twitter at the GWC Pod for the podcast, at Biggles TV for Zach, at ShakenDrake_TTV for Austin.
Hey everyone, we are checking out at Walmart. We've got ourselves 4 full carts. We are got plenty of toys here. We're going to see what our final number is here in a couple of minutes. But we've got a couple of nice folks here checking us out. But hopefully we'll got plenty of stuff for everybody to get everybody a nice happy Christmas this year.
Football season is just around the corner, and once again, For Fantasy's Sake is running its annual Toys for Tots Fantasy Football Leagues. Don't miss your chance to be crowned the best fantasy football player in the Quad Cities. The For Fantasy's Sake Toys for Tots Bowl is loaded with great prizes and even better local celebrity participants, ranging from professional athletes and news personalities to your favorite FFSQC personalities. To sign up, just visit For Frequency's Sake on Facebook or Twitter and follow the links.